So after some feedback, and complaints about having to remove the bearing to drill and tap the holes for these mounting the screws that mount the magnet holder, I've made a couple of new versions to make it easier to assemble. And I've also added a few parameters in here to hopefully make it easier to adjust the design if you need to. So if I hide this magnet holder, and I'll hide this version of the wheel. Actually, no, that can stay for this. Just hide the fasteners. Okay, down here is a modified version of V's centering piece. It's just a slab that fits between the hub spacer and the wheel face. And I've made a new magnet holder that can just screw on the face of that. So that way you don't have to tap any holes here. You can just use self-tappers into this thicker 3D print plastic. So that's one option. Another option is I've made a magnet holder with I'll change the wheel, hide that version, show this version here. So I've just spaced the tabs out a lot further so that I've got fasteners somewhere here. The fasteners can you can drill a hole here. You don't have to remove the bearing. And you could probably just use self-tappers, or you could tap it as well. So yeah, both of those you wouldn't have to remove the bearing to use them, which would make it a little bit easier. So if I go over the parameters, I can show you how you can change the design if you need to. Go back to my original wheel and magnet holder. So up here in modify, you go down to change parameters. So if you needed to change if this shaft was too tight or too loose a fit inside the hole you drilled, you can change it here, make it 7mm, say, and this should update. There you go, you've got more of a gap there. Or if the front of your axle was a different distance from the front of the motor, there is this one here, axle into motor face. Change that to, I don't know, 7 as well. And it should move backwards. And update everything. It's made this shorter as well. If you did that and you wanted this to clear the front of the motor face, you might have to extend this out a little bit. And so there's this stem extension thing here. Maybe if we make that 9mm. So that's giving you a bit more clearance between there and that, so you'd only have to drill a 16mm hole there. There's also a few parameters to change the tab, like the screw clearance hole, and the screw head diameter, and the mounting hole pitch circle diameter. So if you change this one, it'll extend the whole tab out. and then you can change the size of the clearance hole. Although, I'll just try it, see what happens. Oh, yep. And you want to make so make that bit bigger as well, you have to change the screw head diameter. Okay, so then there you could use for the like larger screws or whatever. And then these other dimensions down here, they're for that second version, I think, of the wheel and magnet mount. So depending on which one you want to change, you might have to adjust some of these. So if you do that, and then you want to export a new mesh to print, you find the bit that you want in the design tree on the side here. So we want the magnet holder, and then on some parts, if they've got multiple bodies, it's better to go to the body, select the body you want, right click on it and save as mesh, and then you just go through the dialog here to save it. You can also, if it's only got one body, you can click on here and save as mesh there, but yeah. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Good luck. It can be a real Fusion 360, and it's not the tidiest design. I've left a bunch of other stuff that doesn't really need to be here, including a quick connect thing that I'm working on. I just thought I'd leave it all in there. But yeah, the design is it can be a bit of a nightmare, especially when you're going back in the design history to edit things. It's got all these different steps. Yeah. So good luck.